All right, so let's start working a little bit with the pencil tool. We're going to do a couple of different exercises that I've got a couple of little exercises for you to do on your own. It's going to be a little bit of fun. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and I'm going to draw out a rectangle. Then I'm going to grab the push-pull tool and push-pull that up. And I've got a cube here. And then I'm going to grab my pencil tool. And there's a number of ways that you can use the pencil tool or the line tool. And one of the first things I understand is the idea of inferencing. We're going to look at that. And when I take my pencil tool and I move it around the shape, you'll notice that when I'm at a corner, it'll be green. That's an endpoint. If I move along this edge, you'll see that when I get to the middle, it turns blue. That's a midpoint. And then when I get to the other end, there's another endpoint. So that can help me to find corners and edges on the shape. So let's say that I wanted to bisect this cube. If I go along the endpoint to the midpoint and I click, you'll see that I've entered a click point, and it's green as when I snap it. When it allows me to snap it to the perpendicular three-dimensional plane, and then when I click on the other side, what I've literally done is bisected this shape. So if I grab my rectangle tool, I'm sorry, my push-pull tool, I can do something like this. So this is one way that I can create a number of stairs. So whenever I use the pencil tool, if I want to cut through a shape, it has to be all the way through. If I go down to here, I hit escape, this is not going to allow me to push-pull it. I just have an empty line in space. I have to, undo that. I have to bisect that shape. So if I go to midpoint, and you can find all sorts of ways to find inferences to objects using this technique. And I click, and you'll see that it's snapping along that blue axis. And when I get down to the bottom and I click, I can now push-pull that into another surface. Okay, so that's one of the uses of the pencil tool, is to allow you to take shapes and bisect them into additional shapes. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to create a cube and then grab your pencil tool and cut it into as many sections as you can and make as interesting a shape as you can, just using the pencil tool, the bisected shape, the rectangle tool, and the push-pull tool, and just create something just for fun, just something interesting with all these different bisected sections being pulled into different spaces. And make as interesting a shape as you can. And we'll save that as an exercise, file, save as. And this will be your exercise 2. And we'll call this using the pencil. And we're going to look at some other methods for that using pencil, exercise 2, and save. Okay.